Now moving on to our second segment, for 30 minutes yesterday afternoon, Tampines temporarily transformed into Turin when football superstar Ronaldo made a surprise visit to UMIN Primary School, which happens to also be my primary school as well. Now, the Juventus star striker made the visit in support of the Singapore Olympic Foundation Peter Lim Scholarship. Now, on Wednesday, he had visited our Tampines hub. Now, for this trip, Ronaldo landed in Singapore on Tuesday and will leave today. Now, to tell us more about this exciting event, I have correspondent Sazali Abdul Aziz. Welcome, Saz.
You were from UMIN, I'm from Chongqing.
There we go. We gotta shake hands today.
Both our alumni managed to,
exactly.
Our successors managed to see Ronaldo.
Exactly.
But it was really Ronaldo mania lah. Yesterday, I'm sure a lot of people received a lot of videos and photos over WhatsApp and flooded social media. But the one thing that struck me about Ronaldo was his demeanor. He seemed to really genuinely enjoy the chance to interact with these kids and take photos and pictures, and he was having a kick about. We've had quite a few big name footballers come to Singapore in the last few years. Some at the invitation of Peter Lim, others at, because of sponsorships and so on. And not all of them look like they enjoyed the video. Sometimes they wish they were somewhere else. But Ronaldo was really genuine, and he video bombed a UMIN teacher who was taking a selfie video, and it just showed that he's really having a ball of a time here.
I see the pun. Right
and
there.
Also, sorry, props has to go to Peter Lim. You mentioned Peter Lim. He's here because of Peter Lim. Peter Lim, of course, pledged another 10 million to the Peter Lim SOF Singapore Olympic Foundation fund to help athletes who need that, young athletes who need that funding, and he's also pledged another 20 million towards a new community project where for the children from underprivileged backgrounds. So it's really a generous gesture, and one I think we should applaud.
Definitely. And certainly, right, you're right to say, I have always seen, we've seen Ronaldo on the screen, on TV and pictures and all that. He's like this perfect man, right? Perfect physique and all that. And you wonder, right, how is he in person? So to actually see him interacting with these kids, and you're right, he genuinely looked very excited to be here as well. I thought it was very nice.
There have been some viral videos of him coming off the team bus, to greet a kid and stuff like that. But at the same time, he's always sort of in a cocoon and with his shield up almost, when he's in Europe. So I guess to come all the way to Singapore, he feels he's free to do whatever he wants.
Possibly. Now, he's not the only football legend that made the news yesterday. One of the most followed clubs in Singapore has appointed a new manager as well. Now, Chelsea owner Roman Abramovich has turned to a familiar face, Frank Lampard, rather than an experienced hand to replace the former coach, and lead the club into a new era. Now, Lampard, adopted by Chelsea fans as the heart and soul of the club's midfield, was handed a 3-year contract. Now, on one hand, Lams is definitely a fan's favourite. On the other hand, he is a managerial greenhorn. So, is it a wise choice?
Well, I think, people obviously will go and draw the similarities to Solskjaer at Manchester United. He started off well, sort of fizzled out, and then everybody's saying, oh no, now the club has no direction, and so on and so forth. But I think there's one key difference, and that is Chelsea are a club that were actually still competitive last season. They led the Premier League table for a period of time. They reached 2 cup finals. They won the Europa League. So their squad has a lot more quality than Man U's when Solskjaer took over. So right from the start, I guess Lampard will be under less pressure than Solskjaer. I was talking to a friend of mine who's been a Chelsea fan since 1996, and he's actually really happy because he feels Lampard ticks all the boxes. So I guess time will tell whether he'll be a success.
So it seems that you think that it is a good appointment.
Yeah, I do. For a few, I'm a neutral, but for a few factors. First of all, like you mentioned, he's a club legend. He spent so many years there. He's broken so many records, and the fans love him. So right from the get-go, he has the fans backing. He has the support of the supporters, and that's always important for a new manager. Secondly, he sort of fits with what Chelsea have now, which is they have a lot of, it's no secret Chelsea have some of the most talented young players in Europe, but previous managers have always been criticised for not giving them faith, for not fielding them significantly, relying on the older players. So Frank Lampard last season, he's only had 1 season of managerial experience under his belt. He has played youngsters in his Derby County team, and he reached the playoff finals. So the hope is that he will, tap into the talents that Chelsea has and blood them into the first team, and I think he can do that successfully.
What about the assurance of the top tier managers elsewhere in Europe, that bit as well?
Okay, you see, that's the thing. I think why this is a talking point is because usually the top 4 or top 6 teams in England, they tend to get the big names and stuff like that. But like I said, I feel like Chelsea have a transfer ban now. They've lost their star player in Eden Hazard, who's gone to Real Madrid. So there's no assurances if you throw money at your Ancelottis or your Thomas Tuchels that they will want to come and take on this challenge, because they won't be able to sign a player until 2020 May. So I think Lampard is, is it a bit premature? Is it, he's like you say, he's wet behind the ears, only has 1 year experience. Yes, but I think it could turn out to be a very shrewd move by the club.
So that said, you are a neutral party. You've assured that. How do you see next season unfolding for Chelsea under the new rule?
Well, on paper, even though, like I said, they have quality, I don't think without strengthening, they are going to challenge for the Premier League title. Or they might challenge, but they won't win it, because simply put, Manchester City and Liverpool have better squads. And Man City have already broken their transfer record. They signed Rodri, and Spurs have also broken their transfer record, signing Tanguy Ndombele. So, teams around them are going to improve. Having said that, I feel that the Chelsea team is still better than the Man U team. We're going to get a bit of regret for that. And the Arsenal team. So I think Chelsea could still finish in the top 4. And I think, that's reportedly what the club has targeted for Lampard. So I think he'll be able to do it.
All right. So, well, it remains to be seen, right, as to whether he will succeed under this new rule. Once again, thank you so much, Saz, for coming onto the show to talk about, how Chelsea will fare in the next season, and certainly, the excitement around Ronaldo's visit to Singapore this week. Now, earlier on for our first segment, we had our assistant foreign editor, Lim Aileen, to talk about the change in voting age in Malaysia. Now, of course, the bill will be tabled again on July 15 or 16 in mid-July. So more to be seen on that as well. So that is all we have for our top stories for the day. For more news and videos, do log on to our website. That is www.straitstimes.com. Once again, I'm HAIRIANTO. Join us on Monday for more stories on The Big Story.